Hello. Again, this is Alex. Took a little break, actually, yesterday. It was Thanksgiving. The first half of this video, or the last video, depending on if I split them apart or not. Still working on Junior the Jellyfish here. We're entering round 11. So I'm going to mark that down. With my, I almost said colored pencil, but it's a mechanical pencil. And we're going to begin our rounds once again. I think it might be better to split this into 2 videos. But we'll see. I split the yarn. There we go. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We talked yesterday about... Oh, my wrist cracked. We talked yesterday about things to be thankful for. Need to start writing down some topic ideas while we discuss, or while we knit, crochet. Wow, I'm a little tired this morning. Gotta get more yarn. We're using quite a bit of this aqua yarn here. And we are not even halfway through. Not even close to, well, probably close to halfway through. So the head of Junior the Jellyfish has 29 rounds, and we are on round 11. So in theory about 15 is halfway through, but it's actually a little less than that because the ending rounds are going to be shorter than what I'm working on now, but not by much. If you remember from yesterday, I said that we end with 40 stitches in the round. Split the yarn again. I'll just pull that through. There we go. And 40 is still a lot of stitches. This is a big boy. A big cuddly buddy. It's kind of funny if you think about it because jellyfish aren't supposed to be cuddly, but this one will be. He's gonna be super cuddly. I don't know if I'm gonna name him Junior. I get why they did Junior, because in the book there's one. Oh, I did it again. There's a animal for every letter. So J, Junior, Jellyfish. Makes sense. But I don't know. We have 2 spots now to clean up and post. I think that's part of the reason why it would be so hard to do live streaming ASMR. You're sending people to sleep, giving them tingles, and then you bump the microphone. And that's like bang. That'd be really hard to do. I don't know many. Well, I don't go on Twitch that often, so I don't know anybody who does live ASMR. I think it is a thing. I've definitely seen people, or I've definitely heard about it before. You can see our jellyfish head is starting to take shape. As I said yesterday, the single crochets really tighten and bring shape to whatever you're working on. So doing so many rounds, we're going to get, well, if you think about it like think of it like a cylinder or tube. That's what you get when you do single crochets. So it's great for like arms and legs and stuff. Because the increase and decreases that make the defining shape. I thought it was funny, and I realized that I was like, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. I was debating, or I was wondering if I could see my jacket. I wear this jacket a lot inside. It's a nice, warm, cozy flannel. It's super nice and cozy. There, I think I said it like 3 times there. And it's one of my favorite things to wear inside, especially when it's cold out like it is now. It's actually a little rainy out too. Cold, rainy. Perfect day for some amigurumi. What are some of your favorite things to do when it's cold and rainy outside? I'm not doing amigurumi. I'm a big nap fan. But I like napping in the sun more than I do napping. Maybe that's not true. If it's warm and raining, then I like going out on a screening porch and taking a nap. Okay, that's round 11. Moving on to 12. Rain is so calming. It's sort of like an ASMR of itself. Even, I like thunder too. Well, not like crashing thunder, but rolling thunder is very nice. Okay, here we go. Round 12. All the way around, single crochets. So the thing is that I have to, my phone, which I'm recording on, only holds, I know we talked last time about how it only holds about, or it only takes hour chunks, so I'm doing half an hour pieces. But I don't think I mentioned that it actually only holds like 2 or 3 of those. And I don't think that phones don't really do the, I don't think I have a Pixel, an older Pixel, and I don't think that they take SD cards. I'll have to look that up. So what I'm doing is, of course, recording on my phone and then transferring it to my computer. My editing computer. Because we're recording in HD, so it takes up a lot of space. Start getting gigabytes and gigabytes of data. Ooh, that sounded nice. Data. Be interesting to see if there's any interest in eventually like a milestone video or something of doing certain triggers. That aren't Amigurumi related. The stitch marker tapping against the table. It's kind of nice. Okay, so also compared to last time, if you listen very carefully, you still hear the whir of the computer a little bit, but I actually messed with the audio a little bit to make it less noticeable. It's funny how I must have built, I'm not sure muscle is the right term, but maybe calluses. My hands are pretty soft. I guess muscle is the right term because this action of wrapping See what I'm doing with my finger here? Of wrapping the yarn around the hook and also pushing. Honestly, everything, I depend heavily on my pointer finger to do a lot of the crochet work. My left pointer finger. I'm also holding the yarn with my pinky here, so those two fingers would get very sore when I first started. Only be able to do a little bit. And sometimes not even, when I first started, not even like 2 days in a row. Because my hands would just really hurt. I'd be like, because you're doing the same motion over and over again. It's good to stretch your hands. I don't do it during the recording sessions. I'm going to pull out more yarn here. I don't do it during the recording sessions, but I do it in between them. So you don't see me stretching my hands, but it's really good to do. Speaking of stretching, I did some amazing back stretches this morning. Stretching in the morning is a really great, it's a good thing to do. Get you ready for the morning, gets the blood flowing. I think that's why lots of people like yoga, although yoga can also be very intense. It's not my cup of tea. I like yoga, but the stretch classes, the nice, slow ones. I used to joke that my favorite yoga move is Shavasana, which is it's the rest pose. You lay on your back, and I'm guilty of falling asleep after a lot of stretches, and you just lay on your back and meditate for a little bit. It's really nice. Speaking of falling asleep, it's one of the few times that I fall asleep on my back is after a yoga class. I'm much more of a side sleeper or a stomach sleeper. How about you all? How do you like to sleep? Are you trying to right now? Maybe you already are. If so, then that's mission accomplished. Alright. I'm going to insert here for the first stitch of row 13. Got a nice round head. Little bowl. Okay, I'm going to mark down that we're on 13. Stretch my neck a little bit. I don't know if the microphone picks that up. Probably. This microphone picks up everything. I thought about the idea of speeding up some of this process, but I think that it's nice to see the full creation, but I guess you'd still see it if I sped it up. Of course, you wouldn't get the ASMR portion. So maybe I think it's gonna be a editing debate. And by that I mean at the point of editing. Just when I'm listening through, say like, yeah, there was a long silence there. Should I speed that up or just leave it how it is? Sort of like the idea of leaving it how it is, because as Bob Ross says, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. And if it was quiet during the ASMR session, then maybe it was just time for some quiet, and that's okay. Those are such powerful words, and that's okay. They're very freeing. I think they're freeing from, and they can be freeing in two ways. If you hear them from a person of power, then it's a relief sort of thing. It's like you mess up at work or school and a teacher or your boss says, that's okay, don't worry about it. Or a friend. That's a different dynamic, but I think the most powerful one is when you tell yourself, that's okay. If you're like me, you can be really hard on yourself sometimes. And the words, that's okay, is very freeing and helps you relax. Oh, slipped. We're nearing the end of either this episode or this chunk. I wonder, when you crochet, do you crochet faster than me or slower? Either way, that's okay. It's not a competition. I was just curious. Some people, when I watch crochet videos, their needle just seems, their hook seems to just glide through the yarn. It's incredible. You see me every time I have to sort of push the hook into the stitch. Very intentional. While some people, it's very second nature. And I think that's probably from, having some I'm sure crochet artists have hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours crocheting. And I'm coming at this as somebody who learned basically earlier this year. It's actually, it's not 100% true. I learned a little bit ago, and then I stopped for like a year. I think I talked about this in the first episode, I made several people cuddly buddies, and my hands are getting a little sweaty. Made a bunch of people, mostly family, a bunch of cuddly buddies, and I stopped for a while. I just said, I think I felt complete. I just felt like, yeah, I got what I wanted out of this. But I found myself coming back a year later saying, hey, I really enjoyed this, and I made one or two more, and then I decided to start the channel because I said, I really enjoy doing this. It's calming, it produces something, and it can bring people joy, especially if you give a cuddly buddy to somebody. I think it's hard to give away. Like Junior, I think it's definitely gonna stay with me. It wasn't, well, I'm not sure. I was gonna say it's hard to give away large crochets, but that's not true at all when you really love somebody. As I said, I gave away a large, it was a dog, to my mom, and she loved it. And I loved doing it and giving it to her. So I guess it just depends on the situation. And who you're giving it to. And what a great gift. Something that you know, that they know, that you spent hours on hand making for them. I'm not saying that other gifts like buying, I don't know, jewelry or something isn't. That can also be extremely meaningful, but I think that there is something to be said about a handmade gift. Alright, we're coming to the end of round 13 here. And it looks like we're actually perfectly at half an hour. So I'm going to stop, lay down my hook, and either continue in the next video or continue if this is the third video. I record quite a few of these and then put them together. So, but yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next time.